Hi, welcome to TV Games and Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a lovely holiday season, as I did. Busy, as always, this time of year, but now that it's all over, I got to share with everyone, if you are so inclined to join me, some of the fun little items I got here for the holidays, for Christmas. Okay, first up, we got the Mega Man Legacy Collection, which is a fine compilation of the first 6 games originally released for the NES. And also, it has some nice little, some feelies or tchotchkes in here. 2 little stickers. I didn't open up the package, or 3 stickers, or whatever in here. I don't know if I could get that out somehow. Here it is. Yeah, it's kind of stuck there. What's better, though, is that it actually gives you a laminated cheat sheet on the proper, or at least the optimal way of beating each Robot Master. There's also a download code in here for the Mega Man soundtrack, 1 through 6. Enjoy 3 tracks from each game for a total of 18 songs. Next up on the Christmas hit list here was Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. This is pretty much the same as the first one, with except, of course, it's covers 7 through 10. 7 was a SNES game, 8 was for the PlayStation and the Saturn, and 9 and 10 were the download games from not too long ago. The one downside, though, is that it does not include any sort of nice little feelies in here. This one's kind of bare bones. According to the back of the box here, it has a remix challenge mode, which I haven't tried out. Both games have online leaderboards, but getting into a pissing contest with a bunch of strangers is never really my cup of tea. Speaking of cups. Next up, Raiden 5. Never really a follower of the Raiden series, but I was kind of looking for a good shooter, because I was in a shoot 'em up or shmup mood as of late. So I saw this and I popped this on my list. I played a little bit of this today. It's a little insane, actually. People are chattering in the background while you're playing, while at the same time there's other people on the network who are accomplishing things, and you have to give them cheer, and then they can view cheer, and that cheer could be used as an assist while you're playing. And what's great about this director's cut here, I'm not sure how it differs from the original release, but I do know that it comes with a soundtrack disc in here, which is quite lovely, considering that I like some of the music on here. Next up on my list here is Metroid. This is not a PS4 game, by the way, but I think you know this. The 3DS version of Metroid Samus Returns. And I say version as if there's other versions. This is the only one. So anyway, here's the case. And what's cool about this case, which I just noticed the other day, is that when you pop it out, it actually has the original Samus, Return of Samus Metroid 2 artwork from the Game Boy many, many moons ago. And for those who are uninitiated, Samus Returns is a kind of a remake of sorts of Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, the original. So if you want to, you could swap it out and use that artwork and confuse all your friends. Unfortunately, this one is staying in the cardboard box when it's in storage, because I am that type of person. Also comes with a soundtrack CD spanning the entire Metroid series. Seems to favor Other M a little heavily, as well as the Metroid Prime tracks, but here you go. Going back to the PS4, and speaking of Metroid, I got for Christmas a copy of Axiom Verge. This is the Multiverse Edition for the PS4. The Multiverse Edition comes with a art book, which shows off some of the 8-bit inspired or 16-bit pixel art artwork, which is this is very nice. There's a poster here. Turn this around, show the camera, and on the back is a map, which again I'm trying not to look at because I do not want to ruin it. There is a making of documentary DVD, which seems very interesting, and of course the game proper. I have not never had a chance to open it up yet, because again I'm saving this for when I have a nice long afternoon to sit down with a wonderful cup of coffee and enjoy the game itself. Moving on to the library portion of my Christmas haul, I received a copy of Atari Age from Michael Z. Newman. This is a look back at the early years of video gaming and the phenomenon that ensued at the time based on Atari's dominance of the market. And I have not had a chance to sit down and read this yet, but it will be dealt with soon because it does look very interesting. Got a copy of Shades of Blue by Madlib. It's a collection of Blue Note releases from their library. The Blue Note is a record label, as remixed by hip-hop artist Madlib. The record, again, is 15 years old, but this is the first I've heard it. And oddly enough, I learned about Madlib through the Google Doodle not too long ago with the hip-hop history lesson that I gave you while you played the game of mixing. And I learned about this. I gave it a quick little listen. I popped it on a list, and someone got it for me. Well, my parents did, I believe. And it is a great, great record. Moving on to the formidable teenage years of my life, revisiting that with this copy of 40th anniversary copy of A Farewell to Kings from Rush. It has the album itself on the first record, but then the next 3 records are various live performances, as you can see back here. Let me put this down, because it also comes with a slip mat for your turntable, if your turntable can use a slip mat. This is actually pretty cool. I like this design. I'm sorry I'm hiccuping here, by the way. We have a book. Great artwork in here. I guess here's a closer to the heart. One problem with this collection, though, is I do not like the way it was packaged. It's just kind of a gate, like a 4-part gatefold. So it's gatefold, 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 gatefold. That's not really secured by anything concrete, so I feel like it's going to all fall apart in a few seconds on me just by handling it too much and just kind of squeezing it together. You hear that little stickiness that makes me very nervous. Something else I got here, which is interesting. My girlfriend got this. This is a Game Boy heat change mug. You know those little heat change mugs that you pour some coffee into or any hot beverage, and the picture changes from one to the other. I'm actually using it right now. As you can see here, it's only halfway filled, so that's why only half the image is showing up. 80s and 90s trivia game. This is one of those simple games that just gives you some trivia. What was the Smashing Pumpkins' hugely successful double album? If you said anything except for Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, I envy you. My niece got me this. I just actually got this yesterday on New Year's Day. The Bob Ross Art of Chill game. This is, I don't know, I became sort of a Bob Ross fan accidentally, I guess, because I watch it sometimes to go to sleep, too. And I think people caught wind of that and started getting me Bob Ross stuff. And here's the game itself. And I think I just like having this, even just for the paintings, because they're pretty relaxing. So my girlfriend has a tradition of getting me an electronic toy, an old electronic toy every year. And this year is no different. And this year's toy is Merlin from 1979, Parker Brothers. The box is a little beat up, but it's complete, so there's no complaints there. Here's the manual. It plays about 6 games. One of them is actually a music machine. But here it is. I popped some batteries in here so you can see what it looks like. And so I'm playing tic-tac-toe with the computer. The blinking dots are me, by the way, and the steady dots are the computer. I didn't think this one through. No. Oh, see? The computer won. I beat it once. And the big gift this year that I got was from my girlfriend. She got me the Nintendo Switch. So yes, I am now officially a proud owner of Nintendo's latest console. Originally, when I first saw the Switch back in 2016, when that video came out, showing that girl playing some game on the rooftop with her friends, and everyone gathered around to play basketball on a tiny screen, I accused it, in not so many words, of relying too heavily on gimmicks. In the year since I published that video, which would have been 2016, I saw a lot and learned a lot more about the system, and actually had a chance to play it a few times, to the point where I changed my tune and realized that maybe they knew what they were doing. Not that it's a perfect system by any means, no console is, but I like it a lot, to the point where I started kind of hinting that I wanted one now, towards the end of the year. I did pick up one game for it outside of the Mario Kart 8 that I got. My girlfriend got me as a download. Um, and also I picked up a couple of games on the shop. Nothing major. But I did pick up 1-2 Switch, which was like a $50 game, which definitely should have been a pack-in. I mean, it's not a bad game in terms of showing off the capabilities of the Joy-Con, and maybe as a party game it might be gangbusters, but the thing is when I have parties, I think everyone gravitates towards the Jackbox games. Yeah, I kind of made a bad call on buying this, but you know what? I'm also a collector, so it will be in my collection. No harm, no foul. And yes, I did put this in my mouth to see what it tasted like, and as people have said, and news reports have stated, it just is not pleasant on the tongue. And that was my Christmas haul 2017. Very grateful to have a lot of games to play now, and it's going to be a busy couple of nights, if not a couple of months, of game playing, to the point where I'm not even picking up Zelda yet for the Switch, because I'm just not going to have time to play it. That and Mario Odyssey. It will be in my collection sooner or later, but just not yet. Anyway, what did you guys get for the holidays? What did you guys do? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to do a video response if that's still a thing, which I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. Or just a text comment is fine too. Or if you want to, write down on a piece of paper, throw it into the wind. Maybe it will reach me. In the meantime, guys, have a great new year. I'll see you soon, and let's let Merlin play you out with a song. Whatever.